Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, viewers. Uh, Today is again our topic is the supply master. Um, in our previous video, it was a part one of the supply master in which we created uh, a screen and we actually made a duplicate. Before this, we were on employee master and then we jumped this part. We went to straight away to create the supply master with the help of the employer master because both are the masters and both are the master data in which the data is being entered, the data is being edited, and these are mm, different from the transaction data. This is one-time data. One time, the master data are those the data which are mostly entered one time, and later on in the transactional data, you uh, you call that master data during the purchase orders, sale orders, and this. So you don't need to give any further detail on the with the men. So already entered data is displayed in your transactions, and you select from them. So uh, so this is the part two of the supplier data. Actually, not much thing to be done today on this. But I wanted to show you just a quick recap that what we have been doing and how it was done and the lessons which we learned and just a recap, right? And before proceeding to the product master, and so this is the part two of the supplier master, right? When we click in here, so what happens when we click in here? And being a developer, you go and see that where the you go to the assign macro and click on edit, and here this is the interface color. This is the mm, supplier sheet here. Uh, the sheet is going to be supplier and the user is going to be this. And when this sheet and the supplier sheet and the username is being sent to this procedure, which is called get permission, right? This is a function which tells you whether this user is permitted to it or not. If it is returned as authorized as true, right? Get permission is true, then it will be, and then he will enter into the supply master. Otherwise, the message will come as access denied, right? So, so the developer should be a knowing that what are my thing, my tools which are useful for me, like going to the code is always done for Alter F11 will take you out of the code and while remaining in the Excel sheet or anywhere other in the program. If you want to go to the code, press Alter F11 again, you will get back to the code, right? Alter F11. This is the toggle. It takes you and take you in and out, right? So Alter F11. And uh, or I'm talking about the lessons which have uh, been so far learned, so that then in future we are going to build up for means some further enhancement in the system and come up with new ideas and new programming techniques will be shared with you. So I want you to be geared up for the next exciting phase, and it's always good to do the recap So this video is only the recap. Nothing new is there. So we in our previous video we showed you if we want to make a new thing, a new form, a replica of the existing form, then what is to be done? The first thing is order of 11. That's right. Good. Then you have this employee form, right? Now the now to make we made the supplier form with the help of employee form, right? How did we do? There was no option of copying. You see, you cannot copy any form. You cannot copy. You can copy the sheets. You can copy so many things. You can copy an object within this. You can do this Control C and then Control C and Control V, right? And you can copy it, right? But the entire program, copying of the entire function, the full form is not possible. So we gave you a way out of it. The way out of it, instead of copying, you select this object and make a temporary renaming of what you want to call for supplier. Now, for example, customer. We 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 make it customer, for example, customer. Right? Now it has become customer. You have renamed it, okay? And now, but there is no customer. It will appear temporarily. We will bring it back to employee, right? Okay. So we will make it back. Oh, it is, we don't save it. So before bringing it back to employee, what we will do, we will export it. We will export this thing, right? We will export it as a customer, right? And save it. All right. So we have saved it. Now, since we have saved it, now let's bring it back to employee because it is actually employee. Then this activity which we did was temporary. So let's make it back, bring it back. Now you have employee, but you don't have customer. You don't have any customer form here. So bring the customer in here. You will import it. Import it. Import the customer. Wonderful. Now you have the customer as well as the employee. So virtually you have been successfully able to make a copy, a replica, a duplication form of employee. This is actually employee form. All you need is you rename it, you exported it, and then you imported it, and this is actually employee. If you double click it, this is all employee. Employee. You have all you need to do is now what to do means go into the the caption in which you have employee, uh, make it customer, right? So and what else? And this is the employee ID. Okay, make it customer ID. So on. And then of course you have this form has some initializer event. So in that procedure, that sub requires setting find and replace, find emp, replace with supplier with customer. So EMP will be customer. Wherever you see EMP, you say Control F, and then you restrict it to the current procedure only. This is very, very important. If you by mistake did this, you will this will make all the employees in other part of the program to be replaced with customer that you of course would not like to do, right? So this is going to be custom. That's it. So we replace all within the current procedure, all the employee will be called customer. And these these ports are important to be included in the find and also in the replace, right? So replace all. So you have made uh, three replacements. Similarly, what else? This ID. So this ID is going to be replaced. So safe side is that although we know it is only the one place, but to make sure that you don't commit any mistake, you use find and replace with the current and you type test ID. You see customer ID. Okay, customer ID. And then you say replace all. Okay, one replacement. That's right. Next is anything else. If you want, this is not being used, so this unnecessary. So it has no impact on it. No problem. What else? You have done it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Sure. So this is right. So that's it. So this is how we did. This was a revision of what we have been doing in there. So can we copied the employee master uh, forms to the supplier master form, and was actually employee master, huh? And it has become now supplier master. And before it was mm, taking the data from the emp sheet, but this form is taking the data from supplier sheet. I got okay. So it was taking the IDs of the employees. This time it is taking the IDs from the supplier, right? When you double click it, it has a common form to be used in the supplier form. Huh? If you can make a change, for example, you promote this man from sales representative to senior sales representative. Okay, so you are on number 3. This is the third one, and this is right. And you update it, so it is taking confirmation from you. Click OK, close it. You will see it's a C as now. He has now become the senior sales representative. Right, for example, in the suppliers, okay. Maybe it's just an updation. Fine. And if you go and see the Kelly's rank in the supplier sheet, so you go and see in the supplier sheet, and you will find Kelly. Yeah, it has the senior rank role. That's right. So it means your system is working quite well. All you need to do is go back and do it, undo this correction. Uh, yeah, by this way. Okay, so we save it, update it. Okay, so it's back. Okay, so this was the updation of completion of our supplier section part 2. In the next, we will uh, I would love to see your comments on it, and you can take it as a homework that try yourself whether you want. Can you do the product master of your own? I have shown you the employee master. I have shown you how to make it the supplier master from the apply master. Now, using the supplier master, can you change it to the product master? No, don't change it. Make a replica. Um, make a duplicate form for the product master, and let's see. Otherwise, in the next session, we will show you then. And it will be a good idea if you try of your own, and then compare it that whether you did it right or not. Okay. So, by the way, I also want to inform you that these files are available in the Google Drive. I have provided the link to you in the comment section of my videos. All the videos have this thing, right? If you click on it, you have the links to all these videos, and these are sorted uh, by the popularity. The highest viewed one is on the top, right? So this is how. So if you run a video, I show you, you can directly click on here. For example, take a good video which with the latest one, for example, uh, yeah, this is the MCQ using the R&D. This is also interesting. So when you run it, when you click on it, it is hyperlink, and they start the video starts running. So it is showing an ad. You can skip the ad. Yeah, you can skip the ad anytime. Yeah, it will show you like this, and then you can proceed to see or to watch my MCQs for development. Quickly develop MCQ. This was a greatly liked video, and you would love to see how randomly the system picks the question from the database and shows you the question and offers you the choices. When you click the right answer, it tells you that it is right or wrong, right? So the question is placed in here, and this is how it works. Okay, so uh, I stay tuned to our channel, and I'm uh, I am planning to introduce the databases sharing also. So either the SQL Server or Microsoft Access database will be there. So I will show you in the upcoming videos that how you can use the instead of Excel for data storing, you can directly enter the data to the supplier table into the Access database or SQL Server database. And then yeah, because Excel is not meant for database actually. Excel is a spreadsheet software, and it is very powerful in extracting the data from the external databases. So that's why not use this capability to further overcome the limitations it has. It can go one sheet can go maximum 1 million rows, but the databases can, like Access or they can handle a terabyte size of database. So why not go to that? So we will be showing you how you can use the right thing with the right tool. Means Excel is good for the projection, for scenarios, for example, solver. These are the plus point for Excel. But if you are using Excel for storing the data and querying the data, so it will do that. There is no harm in that, but the right thing for the database management is the database. What is database? There are Access, Microsoft Access is the database, and SQL Server is the database. So we should learn how to make a connection between Excel and the external database. We will come up in next week itself. So I look forward to your continued support to my channel. Thank you very much.